Hey everyone, and anyone that actually sees this. I'm just using the powers of the Facebook page to say a quick hello and see how everyone is doing out there amid this coronavirus outbreak, scare, pandemic, the whole nine. It's a pretty uncertain time for sure. And but I'm okay here. I'm out in Brooklyn. Most of you know that, who my New York followers that follow the page know that we're out in New York and Brooklyn. And we have a bunch of people from Finland that follow the page, and other Scandinavian countries, because we do write a lot about the Finnish bands and stuff. So, you know, so that's it. So I just curious how everybody might be doing. If you see this stuff, you know, feel free to chime on in. Not really certain what to talk about. It's usually when I do any sort of Facebook live video, it's me with the phone or a little camera or the big camera at a show, and bringing you into the moment on that, because that's more fun. I haven't really done too much of those talky stuff, except for very recently when it's come down to these big comic book releases, like you've seen, if you're following the YouTube channel, which I've been using for that kind of stuff. We've had a bunch of big comic book releases, and I found it to be kind of fun to go over the various titles and covers of the books, and just talk about them for those people that like that pop culture side. Because as you might recall, I branded this thing to be it's a whole lot of metal, and it's a whole lot of geek, because I'm a geek. I'm that guy. You know, I like that comic book stuff, and I even changed the business card, which I did a little fun unboxing video when I got the cards back. Let me see if I can make it show like this. Oh, there it goes. I'm sorry, for as good as I am, I'm not good at this kind of silly stuff. So here you go. Here's our new card. Maybe I'll tape it to my head from now on. We got a little room up there now, right? Because the hair's all gone. So you know, this card, as I said before, is the new one, and it's got the branding to it. Our good buddy Joe Kaufman from the band Command Z designed this card, and Joe's been a friend of mine for close to 25 years, maybe longer. It's a long time. Good stuff. So yeah, so I'm fine. It's a little boring sometimes, because, you know, I, like most of you, I like to just go out and all the time, and not to have a restriction on it. But if the restriction is getting sick and potentially coming down with this terrible virus, it's like, okay, I'll stay in. I've got plenty of coffee, instant coffee and regular coffee. A nice surprise was finding an unopened bag of Dead Sled coffee that I bought from AC Slade. He's a guitar player of some note from New York, and played with a little band called Misfits. You guys probably heard of them. But the Dead Sled coffee is really good, and I'm not being paid for that little endorsement there. I bought a bag, and I had bought some other samples, and I threw it in the back of the refrigerator, and forgot it was there, and I found it as I was making my way through some other stuff in the fridge that I really should have been using, like, you know, all the bottles of water and stuff. And so there's that. I didn't stockpile food. I was watching everybody shop like it was the end of the world, and I understand where some people are coming from, but it's kind of important to not really think like that. Supermarkets are getting stocked, stuff is being replaced, and it's just, we can overcome this. It's going to take some time. We might be in the house a good 2, 3, 4 weeks, which could be maddening. So, but there's always things to do in one's house. You might see a couple of boxes on that side of the thing. I was going through some stuff, and the paperwork there is me finding old bills that need to be shredded up. And I will say, if you do find old bills, of course, they're all paid, of course, but I just kept keeping them. And you want to shred that stuff, because this is the world we live in, is shred the bills and then, you know, recycle the cardboard and all that stuff. So that's the kind of stuff I gotta do some of, and I will be doing that. And I have plenty of this, which is the hand sanitizer. By the way, I've never used the computer camera for this kind of stuff. I've talked to my mom and dad on Skype when I can get them to use it. They don't like to use it. They'd rather just call me on the phone, which is nice. But the Skype is fun with the family when they're in another location. So, but yeah, this is the hand sanitizer. It's not Purell per se, but it's the same kind of thing. And you might see this here. It says, "Fuel your fandom." That's some friends of ours. You've seen on Piercing Ken, which is my lifestyle website. The long title is "The Chronicles of Piercing Ken." That website is a broader brush than this, a younger skew on the toys and film, and broader conventions that I go to: auto show, food show, hot sauce expo, and as it stands, almost all of these shows have been pushed back till a much later time this year, because public gathering is just not a good idea right now. So yeah, so get yourself some of this stuff. You should have it, and there's recipes online to make a sort of homegrown version if you need to make it. And of course, tissues. I always carry tissues now. I never used to when I was a kid, and I mean, you know, I'd sneeze into, you know, everything, but not my sleeve or anything, or my bare hand to grab a towel at them, but I just never actually had the real tissues with me. I was always oh damn, I forgot to bring a pack of tissues, and now not anymore. I carry that stuff left and right, and it's funny because in my photo bag, I always have like an army's worth of stuff in my photo bag. It's cleaner for the glasses, which I'm trying. These are reading glasses. I don't usually wear them when I'm out, because I need to see what's, you know, a little further away. But for this, I'm trying the reading glasses. And so in my photo bag, I have my camera, little doodads that you use with the camera, and usually like a stack of napkins and tissues from like the movie theater or a restaurant where we've gone, or a bar, and the security is always like, "What's with all the tissues?" It's like, we live in New York, man. It's gross here sometimes. You know, you just want to go with, give me the. And I never was that guy. I never was the don't want to touch anything. But now it's like, no, I don't want to shake your hand. I don't want to even give you a high five. I give everybody a hearty thumbs up or peace sign. And I even gave jazz hands hello when I met a friend of mine the other day. I was just like, "Hey, jazz hands," you know, which was fun. And yes, because I went out, but it's been a week, so not as stir crazy as some of my friends are having. I have some friends that run businesses that had to temporarily close during this time, and it's just where we are. It's just where we are. You can't take your health and the health of others for granted right now. So, but yeah, all of the shows I was going to go see over the last few weeks and into. It looks like everything that I had listed on the calendar that I keep till about May is canceled or postponed. You always get into trouble if you write something as canceled. People, "It's not coming back ever." It's like, well, it might, but when the band is from far away and it took them a lot of money to get over here, maybe they won't be coming back not too soon if this clears up. So let's hope that all the shows that have to be rescheduled and postponed until a later day come back around and hopefully, like I say, knock wood that this is up. I see Blair is here. Hello, Blair. What's going on? Nancy, my friend Nancy, is here. Good to see you both. I've never, like I said, I've never done one of these, and I was watching my friends do it, and oh wow, schoolmate from 1,000 years ago, Patrick. Hi, Patrick. What's going on? And you know, this is we only look young. We're much older. The ancient scrolls, you have to unroll them and get the spell and see what. So yeah, so just keeping it real, and I have a piece that I'm gonna be posting probably tomorrow for Piercing Ken. It's gonna sum up some ideas and some ways of thinking. Caveman beard. This is actually a lot neater than it looks on the screen. Trust me. My friend wanted me to dye the section blue, and I said, no, I can't do it, and get Mike Portnoy mad at me for copying his look because he's got the blue on the beard, you know, blue beard. So, but now this looks a lot better than in here than on the camera. So so I'm gonna keep it for another few weeks. I generally keep the beard until the end of March and into April. Right after the hot sauce show, I used to shave it off and go into May because it's usually warmer, but I don't know about any of those things that are happening. So, but I'm working on a lot of comic book stuff for the website, and a lot of announcements have been coming. As you might see if you're following the page, we've just announced that the Rockville Epicenter and the Sonic Temple festivals have been postponed for the duration by Danny Wimmer Presents. I have an announcement about Metallica to go live. I just got to press publish, and I can only do one or two things at a time here. Metallica has canceled the tour with Greta Van Fleet that was going to be in Spain. And like I said, so the news keeps coming in. You know, we're getting a lot of our publicists are working from home during this time, and you know, news still happens. They still send it out to outlets like my own, and it's our job to, you know, update you and inform you. I edited almost every listing on the calendar to say postponed or canceled, and that was some arduous work. And one of my friends had asked, why didn't you just delete the old entry or move it to the new space? Well, the idea behind that was I left it as is because if you had tickets for something and you're not paying attention, let's face it, some people are just not paying attention during this time, and you look at the calendar, you say, oh no, this is postponed, I got to get a refund because I don't know if I'm free when this comes back. So that's why we did that. So again, much to do, much to read, much to talk about, and I really just wanted to say a quick hello and thank you for the couple of you that joined in on this here. Again, this is life in progress here, just trying to you know, make sure you have toilet paper because everybody was hoarding the toilet paper. I'm fine with that too, so no donations to the apartment need to be sent. But yeah, so listen, all of you just use common sense. You know, open the door with the napkin. If you have to go out, you know, and use the hand sanitizer, and keep yourself busy at home if you have things to do. Balance the checkbook. This is some of the stuff that I'm going to be saying in the post that I'm working on. You know, fold the laundry that's in that nice clean pile that is not too far from the dirty pile. You know, sometimes we live like we're on the road, you know, and it's like, oh, this is here, this is all clean, oh, this is all the dirty stuff. So yeah, do that. And if you're creative, if you're one of the folks that writes or does websites or does photography, work on the craft. Musicians, we have hundreds of musician friends, and I know that all of them are are working on these little live casts like this, and they're performing. If you scroll down the page just a little bit, you'll see that I had shared a live cast from Randy Jackson. Randy Jackson of Zebra was doing some acoustic rock and roll from his apartment or house, wherever he is. I think he lives in New Orleans most of the time, or all the time, and when we see him, he's here in New York. So that's always great. So you can watch all these cool things, and the social networks. You know, go on your favorite website, social network. I like to think we have a fun Instagram. It's all of these mediums put together. It's the toy stuff, it's the comic stuff, it's the metal stuff. It's everything that you get when you go to the website. The YouTube. I got to give a shout out to my good buddy Keefe over at the Ghost Cult, because he's get your YouTube running. It's like it's like, thank you, Dad. And so he's been making me. If I don't do it, it's like I get a slap with the ruler on the wrist. Get it? Hurry up, work on it. And he's right. It's a lot of fun to do it. So I've been digging up all these old clips that were buried in a folder or buried on the actual account, and for whatever reason I left them as private, and I forgot about it, and I get busy. Sometimes in a city like New York, you can go to like 6 shows a week. Sometimes there's 2 shows a night, and I can only go to 1 show a night because it's me. If I had another person working with me, and I could rely on some copy and quality photos, hint to those people that might be out there. Other shows we can do here too. So but yeah, so find that creativity and do stuff, and get inspired and keep yourself not bored. Everybody has a nice little living space. I hope, a nice room or a nice apartment, and redecorate it, rearrange it, find a better way of doing where you are. Give yourself some space, and just do those things. And I guess that's it. So that's all I have right now, and I'm gonna go. Thanks, Pat. Take care. Morgan is here too. I love Morgan. She's a terrific person. So many good people you meet in the course of your day doing this kind of stuff. So anyway, I'm going to roll, and maybe I'll come back in a week or so and just see how everybody is again. But keep watching the page. Thank you for following it and being a part of this little world here. And again, the YouTube page is pretty vibrant right now. The Instagram, I'm packing up all the stuff that I did not get to do over the last 2 months. I'm sitting here and loading up to the Instagram and to the YouTube, so just to keep super busy. So again, I will check all of you out another time. Peace out, stay healthy, and please wash your hands and practice that social distancing, because it's tricky right now. All right, cheers.